Hey, James Webb here again. Obviously, I'm gonna have to blur out some of this, but I wanted to show that it did come through literally like 12 hours later. This is because I'm looking on the 30th. I saw it come in, but I was like, wow, it can't be it that fast. And then, but I'm just not making the additional video on it, and there's some stuff that we need to talk about as well. So, yep, it issued my DUNS number. It's under the blur. I'm not sharing my DUNS number. And then to register with SAM, which is the um, place where you can get uh, government grants, things like that. But some things are changing that I didn't know about, and I just read an article that was telling me about this. If you are going to be in a situation where you want grants from the government, go to grants.gov/forms/planned UEI updates.html. This is going to give updates on what's happening. So what's going on is to be issued a grant, um, they're not going by the DUNS number anymore. They're going to go by what is the UEI number. So we look up here on April 21st, 2022. The Data Universal Numbering System, which is the DUNS, will be replaced by the new non-proprietary identifier requested in and assigned by the System for Award Management. So that's sam.gov. Gov. I think it's a gov. This new identifier is called a unique identity identifier. So it's sort of like an EIN in a way, except it's going to pertain only to, from what I know now, to government issuances as far as grants, things like that. So the DUNS is still going to be what you're issued for business credit. You're still going to get a DUNS number, but you're also going to need a people should have gotten a UEI number if they already had a DUNS number. They should have been gotten in contact with, um, especially if they were registered with sam.gov. So this did work. Um, so you can still get the DUNS number, and you might just have to say, obviously it's going to be the same for quite a while. You know, almost a year before it's just when you apply, it's going to be your unique entity identifier so that they're not relying on DUNS pulling from their system. They're going to have their own non proprietary number that is a unique entity identifier. I got to remember unique entity identifier. So you can see the different stages that they're in right now. Obviously, I don't have one, so between May prior, so I'm right after this. So at some point, I believe they're going to issue that. Let me click on this and see what it does. Federal Acquisition Service. So yeah, so they're transitioning from the DUNS number to unique entity identifier. It has been extended until April. Not required to do any action at this time. The IAE has shifted UEI transition date from December 2020, April 22. So I think you have to go in and ask for one. New process. Go to plus. After you get it, then you go to sam.gov, register to do business with the government. So basically, that's what's going to happen. With the transition, we're making it easier to get a UEI by streamlining the request and ongoing management process. You go to a single place, sam.gov. You're going to request your UEI and register your entity to do business with the U.S. government. And this can be anybody. There's just a million different things that you can get grants for or contracts for, depending on what industry you're in. And you'd be surprised uh, at some of them that it's not providing ultra high tech drones or something, and maybe that's what you do, but it could just be providing one little aspect of it. Even say you were into super, um, all about 3D printing. I want to get into that so bad, but let's say that you were obsessed with that, the way somebody might be with CDs. We have all know people in our life, if you're old enough. If not, then the MP3 MP3 player completely jam packed full of songs till it won't hold anymore, or CDs. So many CDs that they have cases and cases and cases full, or DVDs have shelves of DVDs. Well, somebody might have 10 3D printers, and they might, you know, have the capability to produce, like, say, a little plastic part that's needed in a certain contract for the government. And you might totally be able to supply that. It could be anything from, like any kind of little thing. Even I know people that make money just 3D printing uh, drone landing legs for different versions of drones, and all they have to do is bolt them up to the drones, and it makes a nice soft pedestal for the drones. Because some of them, they didn't think about it, and they have either crappy landing gear or none at all. And so there's a huge market for that. But I don't want to ramble on. Did get it, got it within hours. So that was amazing. And just wanted to give this update that if you are going to end up wanting to get grants, which is totally possible, there's grants for, you know, just anything you can imagine. And especially if you're a minority owned business, Native American, you qualify for lots and lots of grants. Um, and even it doesn't have to be based on ethnicity or gender or women on business, but they definitely want to make an equal playing field so that grants can be distributed. And because there's so many of them out there. And one of these days, I'll make up a YouTube video on all the different grants, and maybe go through it, and we'll try and see and get one, or a contract with the government. Wouldn't that be something? So there you go. Just wanted to quickly update that and let you know that that process does work. It works extremely fast. Just make sure you have the information, at least two pieces of verifiable information of your business entity, sole proprietorship, utility bill, something that they can verify. Obviously, they probably had something software automated that just automatically read Secretary of State, Articles of Incorporation, saw it, like boom. I don't know how many of those they get a day, but you know, Dun and Bradstreet, when you go there, they have your number ready within probably 24 hours. It's just they make you wait. They could get backlogged, and it incentivizes them for us to pay them money to speed up the process of them actually getting it, making sure you're legit. And if you're going through the Gov website, and you're not going to be playing around, they're going to give it to you, and the government's going to hold you accountable. So don't apply for one unless you need one, which you do need a DUNS number. So next, now that we got that, now that we can start applying for credit and get that built up. So we'll see you in the next one. Just wanted to give you a quick update. Worked awesome. It was so late at night that night. I think it was, gosh, I have to look at the video. I think it was 3 in the morning. So that would have been 11:55, say 12 o'clock. 9 hours later, they had a DUNS number. So you can be done fast, very, very, very fast. And that's not gaming the system, because I'm totally intent on registering for this. And now I know new information, and hopefully now this helps to share new information with you, that it's going to be, a unique entity identifier number that you're going to go with the SAM program and different government grants.gov. So there you go. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. It works, hands down. Proof's in the pudding, people. Talk to you soon.